With a lot of new people jumping onto LinkedIn, whether they've lost an internship or they're pivoting from work or they're starting to freelance from home, I wanted to share 10 tips that would be most of use to you guys if you're new to LinkedIn or you're just wanting to improve the presence of your profile. So without further ado, let's jump in. Tip number 1, address people by their first name. No one's a robot, no one's a resume, everyone's a human being. So if you can use their first name, I highly recommend it. Tip number 2, make sure you're sending a personalized invitation to connect. When anybody gets an invitation to connect, it can either be general or it can have a note about 300 characters attached to it explaining the reason why you want to connect with them. If I'm a recruiter or if I'm an employer and I get a personal note mentioning how they heard about me and why they're interested in me or my company, I'm that much more likely to say yes to the invitation to connect rather than a no. Tip number 3, make sure that you're encouraging others often and you're not always asking for something in return. If they've written a good article or if they shared a thought-provoking post or you saw them in the news, send a note to encourage and affirm them and don't ask for anything in return. Tip number 4, make sure you have a professional, updated, and visually appealing profile picture as well as a cover photo. You want to make sure that it's not only engaging, but it reflects a little bit about you or your professional life. 5, help others without expecting anything in return. If you hear they're looking for a job or a freelance opportunity or just a coffee shop nearby to do some work on their laptop, drop a comment, connect them with a friend, and don't expect anything in return. After those relationships build over a couple of years, you'll be amazed at what can happen when people know that you're someone that's willing to help. Tip number 6, make sure you're not selling anything after at least knowing someone for a year. Allow them to build the relationship and rapport with you so that they can actually learn a bit more about your company, your role, or what your goals and objectives are. Anyone that sells you in that direct message within the first couple days or first couple weeks is not someone that you want to stay connected with. Tip number 7, regularly share ideas, advice, and insights with your niche community. Mine would be marketing, young professionals, and the LinkedIn community. So I would share regular advice or tips to help out that community. If you want to get to know a friend and they don't call you back or message you within the week or within the month, you're likely not going to stay in touch with them. In that same way, LinkedIn wants to build relationships with people that are regularly sharing content and ideas to that particular niche. Number 8, make sure you're using relevant hashtags so that your work gets noticed by editors. If you use hashtags such as technology or culture, marketing, leadership, human editors at LinkedIn will notice the content because of the hashtag, and then they can surface and redistribute the content to different parts of the world. Make sure that your content is easily visible by using the hashtags that are relevant to that particular post. Tip number 9, keyword search your posts, article ideas, company interests, or whatever you're trying to search for. If I'm interested in marketing in Phoenix, I'm gonna write down marketing, Phoenix, job opportunities in the keyword search. Then LinkedIn will surface all the content, the posts, the people that are relevant to that particular search. If I'm an alumni from the University of Toronto, I'm gonna put that in the headline so that I can connect with other alumni in the area. Make sure that you're using the keyword search so that you can find relevant searches based on your needs. Tip number 10, don't post external links. LinkedIn wants to keep users on LinkedIn. So if you post a Forbes, Facebook, or YouTube link on your profile, LinkedIn will not want to spread the organic reach of that post because they know when they click on that post, they're gonna leave LinkedIn. So if you can post anything, post content natively on the platform so that if it's a photo, video, or article, LinkedIn can trust people to spread it to them so that they'll stay on LinkedIn. There's your 10 tips. I hope they were useful and you learned something new. If you have any questions, drop a comment below or send me a note to connect. Also, if you like these videos and you want to learn more about marketing, personal branding, or LinkedIn, drop a subscription below, here or here, and you can hear more from me if you found it valuable. Thanks again. We'll see you around.